Epstein's Palm Beach house is just one of the locations where many of his alleged victims say they were abused.
Palm trees sway in the breeze, casting dappled shadows over a seemingly idyllic island paradise. Yet, beneath the turquoise waters and sun-kissed shores, a monstrous truth lies buried: the horrifying secrets of Jeffrey Epstein's private playground. Let's delve into the FBI's terrifying discovery on the Epstein Island, which changes everything. With a revelation so disturbing, it promises to rewrite the narrative of Epstein's crimes and send shockwaves through the highest echelons of power. FBI's storm the island.
Could you please give us your name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
We delve into the explosive events surrounding the FBI's storming of Jeffrey Epstein's private island known as Little St. James. This daring raid, conducted by federal agents, sent shockwaves through the world as they continue their relentless pursuit of the truth behind Epstein's alleged sex trafficking ring. Join us as we uncover the astonishing details of this investigation, exploring the mysterious circumstances surrounding Epstein's death and the ongoing search for justice. Prepare to be captivated by the unbelievable facts and shocking revelations that will leave you questioning the dark secrets hidden within Epstein's island paradise. Let's dive into the heart of the story and uncover the truth behind this scandalous story. It was a sunny morning on Little St. James, Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. The tranquil waters and picturesque scenery gave no hint of the dark secrets that lay hidden within its shores. But on that fateful day, everything was about to change. It was Monday morning, and the island was bustling with activity. Visitors and staff went about their daily routines, unaware of the storm that was about to descend upon them. Little did they know that the FBI had set their sights on this seemingly idyllic paradise. The events leading up to the FBI raid had been years in the making. Epstein, a wealthy financier with a network of powerful connections, had long been rumored to be involved in a sinister web of sex trafficking. But it wasn't until his arrest on July 6, 2019, that the full extent of his alleged crimes began to come to light.
A registered sex offender who made a fortune as a hedge fund manager in the 1980s and 90s, known for his lavish lifestyle and high-profile connections. Jeffrey Epstein is facing new allegations that he exploited dozens of young girls for sex.
Steve Scully, an IT worker who had spent years on the island, came forward with shocking revelations about what he had witnessed during his time there. "I don't know if they were kids. They looked young to me," Scully told NBC News. Scully's testimony added fuel to the fire, further intensifying the public's desire for answers. The pressure mounted on law enforcement agencies to take action and bring Epstein and his alleged co-conspirators to justice.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution?
Same answer.
The Epstein Task Force, led by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, took up the challenge. They meticulously gathered evidence, interviewed witnesses, and built a case against Epstein and his associates. But the investigation hit a major roadblock when Epstein was found unresponsive in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. His death sent shockwaves through the world, leaving many questioning the circumstances surrounding his demise.
Some breaking news right now. Disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein has taken his own life while he was behind bars here in New York City.
Despite Epstein's death, the investigation pressed on. The FBI was determined to uncover the truth and bring justice to the victims who had suffered at the hands of Epstein and his alleged co-conspirators. And so, on that sunny morning, FBI agents descended upon Little St. James, ready to unearth the dark secrets that lay hidden within its shores. The raid was a vivid display of their unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth and holding those responsible accountable. As the sun beat down on Little St. James, the FBI raid on Jeffrey Epstein's private island was about to unfold. The agents, armed with a search warrant, were determined to uncover the truth behind the alleged trafficking ring that had operated within the confines of this seemingly serene paradise. The raid began with a swarm of federal agents fanning out across the island in golf carts, their presence sending shockwaves through the staff and visitors who had been going about their daily routines. Kelly Quinn, the owner of Salty Dog Day Sales, a sailing charter in the area, found herself caught in the middle of the chaos. "We were just trying to look at pretty fish and swim with turtles, and here we are in the middle of an FBI raid. This has been something on our radar for years. We're all really curious why it's happening now," Kelly Quinn said. The FBI agents wasted no time as they combed through Epstein's sprawling estate, searching for evidence that would shed light on the alleged crimes that had taken place there. The main residence, a 24,000 square foot private residence, became the focal point of the search. Agents meticulously scoured every room, looking for any trace of Epstein's illicit activities. It wasn't long before they stumbled upon a room that sent chills down their spines. The walls were adorned with photographs of young girls, details, some of them topless, as Steve Scully had previously described. The master bedroom, the office, and even the gymnasium were filled with these disturbing images, serving as a haunting reminder of the alleged exploitation that had taken place within these walls. But the discoveries didn't end there. As the agents continued their search, they stumbled upon a hidden underground complex that had remained concealed from prying eyes for years. This secret lair, accessible only through a hidden entrance, revealed a network of rooms and corridors that seemed designed to facilitate Epstein's alleged illicit activities. The agents carefully documented every detail, taking photographs and collecting evidence that would later be crucial in building their case against Epstein and his alleged co-conspirators. The search extended beyond the main residence. As the agents explored the rest of the island, they discovered additional structures, including a spa and 2 pools, which raised further questions about the nature of the activities that had taken place there. The raid on Epstein's private island was a vivid display of the FBI's determination to uncover the truth and bring justice to the victims. It was a pivotal moment in the investigation, as the agents gathered the evidence needed to dismantle the alleged sex trafficking ring. The search on Little St. James continued for several days, with the agents leaving no stone unturned. Every inch of the island was meticulously examined, ensuring that no crucial piece of evidence was overlooked. As the raid came to a close, the agents left the island with a trove of evidence that would form the foundation of their case. The shocking discoveries made during the raid would send shockwaves through the world, exposing the dark underbelly of Epstein's private paradise. The FBI raid on Jeffrey Epstein's private island sent shockwaves through the world, exposing the dark secrets that had been hidden within its shores. As the dust settled, the aftermath of the raid brought about a wave of legal proceedings, public outrage, and an ongoing fight for justice. The evidence gathered during the raid became the cornerstone of the legal case against Epstein and his alleged co-conspirators. The trove of photographs, documents, and testimonies provided a chilling glimpse into the alleged trafficking ring that had operated within the confines of the island. The legal proceedings that followed were complex and far-reaching. The Epstein Task Force, led by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, meticulously built their case, ensuring that no stone was left unturned. The charges against Epstein included sex trafficking and conspiracy, carrying a potential sentence of up to 45 years in prison. The case garnered international attention as the public eagerly awaited the trial that would expose the full extent of Epstein's alleged crimes. But before justice could be served, tragedy struck. Epstein was found unresponsive in his jail cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. His death left many questions unanswered and fueled speculation about a potential cover-up. Multiple law enforcement officials stated that Epstein appeared to have hanged himself, but the official cause of death was still pending. The circumstances surrounding his demise only intensified the public's demand for answers and accountability. The fight for justice continued despite Epstein's death. The victims, who had suffered at the hands of Epstein and his alleged co-conspirators, were determined to see their abusers held accountable. The aftermath of the FBI raid on Epstein's private island was a turning point in the fight against sex trafficking and the abuse of power. It exposed the dark underbelly of a world hidden behind closed doors, and it sparked a global conversation about the need for systemic change, as well as the biggest celebrity conspiracy in modern history: Epstein's evil recruitment.
Gosh, I was 14 years old. Like, what the hell do you know when you're that young?
In this section, we are going to expose the sinister recruitment tactics employed by the late financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Brace yourself as we reveal the disturbing details from recently unsealed documents that shed light on how young girls were lured into Epstein's Florida home. These records provide a chilling account of manipulation, exploitation, and the involvement of powerful individuals in Epstein's alleged sex trafficking network. From coerced visits to requests for bringing friends, the methods used to ensnare these vulnerable girls will leave you speechless. Join us as we navigate through the shocking revelations and shed light on the dark underbelly of Epstein's evil recruitment. Let's dive in. Epstein's sprawling Florida home, a seemingly idyllic paradise, was the backdrop for his heinous crimes. But how did he manage to lure these innocent girls into his clutches? Let's dive into the chilling accounts revealed in the recently unsealed documents. According to the testimonies of victims, Epstein's recruitment tactics were nothing short of manipulative and predatory. One woman, who was just 16 or 17 at the time, recounted her first encounter with Epstein. She had no prior experience with massages and had no inkling that her visit would involve anything beyond that, but Epstein had other plans.
The secretary would contact me and say, are you free? Can you come by, Epstein would like to see you.
Victim. Jeffrey took my clothes off without my consent the first time I met him. The shock and violation experienced by these young girls is unimaginable. Epstein's audacity to strip away their innocence without a second thought is a testament to his depravity. Former Palm Beach police detective Joseph Recaray, who investigated Epstein's activities, shed further light on the recruitment process. He revealed that Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's confidant and now serving a 20-year prison sentence, played a pivotal role in seeking out girls to give massages and work at Epstein's home.
And when you think of her now, you used the phrase, you said the recruiter. You felt like she was looking for someone for him.
100%, yeah.
The manipulation didn't stop at the initial recruitment. Epstein cunningly encouraged the victims to bring their friends, enticing them with promises of additional payment. This tactic not only expanded Epstein's network of victims, but also ensured their silence through a web of complicity. The descriptions of how women were recruited, as detailed in the documents, align with the testimonies given during Maxwell's criminal trial. The web of manipulation and exploitation was carefully woven, leaving these young girls trapped in a nightmare they could never have imagined. Epstein and Maxwell, a sinister duo, worked in tandem to exploit the vulnerabilities of these girls. Maxwell's involvement in the recruitment process further solidifies the extent of their collaboration in this heinous enterprise. The release of these documents is part of a settled lawsuit filed by Virginia Roberts-Giuffre, a brave survivor who has been vocal about her experiences as a victim of sex trafficking and abuse by Epstein. These documents are expected to expose the names of over 150 individuals connected to Epstein's network, including powerful men who allegedly engaged in sexual acts with underage girls and young women. The magnitude of Epstein's operation is truly horrifying. It goes beyond the actions of one man. It implicates a network of individuals who turned a blind eye to the suffering of these vulnerable girls. As we uncover the shocking truth behind Epstein's evil recruitment tactics, it is crucial that we raise awareness and stand against the horrors of sex trafficking. The voices of the victims must be heard, and justice must prevail. We will delve deeper into the web of darkness surrounding Epstein's infamous island and the powerful figures who were allegedly involved. This is just the beginning of a chilling tale that will leave you questioning the depths of human depravity. Let's explore the infamous island that served as a playground for the rich and powerful, and the shocking allegations of their involvement in Epstein's heinous activities. Epstein's private island, known as Little St. James, was a secluded paradise that masked a sinister reality. It was here that the wealthy elite would gather, seemingly free from prying eyes. But behind the luxurious facade, a dark underbelly thrived. The island was home to Epstein's sprawling mansion, a fortress of secrets where unspeakable acts took place. According to the testimonies of survivors, including Virginia Roberts-Giuffre, the island was a hub of exploitation and abuse.
The first time in London, I was so young. Ghislaine woke me up in the morning and said, "You're going to meet a prince today." I didn't know at that point that I was going to be trafficked to that prince.
Giuffre's brave testimony sheds light on the alleged involvement of powerful figures in Epstein's network. She claims to have been directed to have sex with Britain's Prince Andrew, among others.
We leave Club Tramp, and I hop in the car with Ghislaine and Jeffrey, and Ghislaine said he's coming back to the house, and I want you to do for him what you do for Epstein.
Prince Andrew, a member of the British royal family, has vehemently denied these allegations. However, the connection between Epstein and the prince has raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about the extent of their relationship. The unsealed documents reveal that Epstein's island was not only a playground for the rich and famous, but also a place where young girls were exploited. Johanna Joberg, another survivor, testified that she was recruited by Ghislaine Maxwell as a massage therapist while attending Palm Beach Atlantic College. The presence of underage girls on the island raises disturbing questions about the complicity of those who frequented it. How could they turn a blind eye to the exploitation happening right under their noses? It's not just Prince Andrew who has been implicated in Epstein's web of darkness. Former President Bill Clinton's name has also been mentioned in depositions, although no allegations of wrongdoing have been made. And let's not forget about Donald Trump, who had a long-standing relationship with Epstein. Epstein's private jet, nicknamed the Lolita Express, ferried the rich and powerful to his island. Flight logs reveal that both Clinton and Trump Trump were frequent passengers on these flights. However, it's important to note that there is no evidence to suggest their involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. The unsealed documents provide a glimpse into the extent of Epstein's network and the influential figures who may have been connected to his operation. But it's crucial to remember that allegations are not proof of guilt. As we uncover the dark secrets of Epstein's island, we must not lose sight of the survivors who have bravely come forward. Their stories serve as a reminder that justice must be served, and those responsible for these heinous crimes must be held accountable. The island, once a symbol of opulence and exclusivity, now stands as a haunting reminder of the horrors that took place within its walls. It serves as a stark warning that power and wealth can never justify the exploitation of the vulnerable. Epstein's arrest in 2019 marked a turning point in the battle to expose his crimes. Charged with sex trafficking of minors and conspiracy, he faced the prospect of finally being held accountable for his heinous actions. But before justice could be served, Epstein took his own life in a Manhattan jail cell, leaving behind a trove of incriminating evidence. The revelation of Epstein's death shocked the world and raised questions about the circumstances surrounding it. How could a man with such powerful connections meet such an untimely end? The conspiracy theories and speculation that followed only added to the intrigue surrounding his case. However, the fight for justice did not end with Epstein's death. Survivors like Virginia Roberts Giuffre and others continued to push for accountability and shed light on the extent of Epstein's network. Their bravery in coming forward has been instrumental in exposing the truth. The survivors' fight for justice extends beyond Epstein and Maxwell. It is a fight against a system that allowed such heinous crimes to occur and for the perpetrators to evade accountability for so long. It is a fight to ensure that no one else falls victim to the same horrors. The Me Too movement, which gained momentum in recent years, has played a significant role in empowering survivors and exposing the prevalence of sexual abuse and exploitation. It has sparked a reckoning, forcing society to confront the dark realities that have been hidden for far too long. The fight for justice is not limited to Epstein's case alone. It is a fight against the systemic issues that allow sex trafficking and exploitation to persist. It is a fight for stronger laws, better support for survivors, and a society that refuses to turn a blind eye to the suffering of the vulnerable. In 2022, Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's confidant and alleged accomplice, faced her own day in court. She was convicted of 5 federal sex trafficking charges and sentenced to 20 years behind bars. Maxwell's conviction was a significant victory for the survivors and a step towards justice. The unsealed documents, released as part of a settled lawsuit filed by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, have played a crucial role in bringing Epstein's network to light. These documents have exposed the names of over 150 individuals connected to Epstein's operation, including powerful men who allegedly engaged in sexual acts with underage girls and young women. Unsealed catalogue of celebrities. Prepare to be shocked as we uncover the names of acquaintances and associates of wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein, including former US presidents and British royalty. These explosive court documents, part of a defamation lawsuit filed by victim Virginia Roberts Giuffre against Ghislaine Maxwell, have revealed the extent of Epstein's alleged sex trafficking ring and his powerful social network. We'll explore the involvement of high-profile figures like Prince Andrew, Donald Trump, and Bill Clinton, as well as the connections to renowned celebrities such as Bruce Willis, Cameron Diaz, Kate Blanchett, Kevin Spacey, Naomi Campbell, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Get ready for a jaw-dropping journey through the shocking revelations of the unsealed catalogue of celebrities. Firstly, we examine the court documents that have sent shockwaves through the world of the rich and powerful. These documents are part of a defamation lawsuit filed by Virginia Roberts Giuffre against Ghislaine Maxwell. Giuffre's lawsuit alleges that she was abused by Epstein and Maxwell when she was a minor. The court documents, which have been unsealed as part of the legal proceedings, provide a chilling glimpse into the dark underbelly of Epstein's alleged sex trafficking ring. They reveal the names of acquaintances and associates of Epstein, including former US presidents and British royalty. These high-profile figures have been implicated in the scandal, raising serious questions about their involvement and knowledge of Epstein's illicit activities. As discussed in the previous section, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, one of Epstein's victims, has been at the forefront of the fight for justice. In her lawsuit, she accuses Maxwell of defamation after Maxwell called her a liar. The case was eventually settled in 2017, but the unsealed court documents have brought renewed attention to the allegations and the extent of Epstein's network. Giuffre's allegations are deeply disturbing. She claims that she was recruited by Maxwell to be part of Epstein's sexual exploitation scheme when she was just a teenager. According to Giuffre, she was forced to engage in sexual activities with Epstein and his powerful associates. These shocking revelations have shed light on the alleged abuse and manipulation that took place within Epstein's inner circle. It is important to note that while the court documents documents provide a wealth of information, they do not necessarily prove a guilt or innocence. However, they do offer a glimpse into the allegations and the legal battles that have ensued. The unsealing of these documents marks a significant step in the pursuit of justice for the victims and the exposure of those involved in Epstein's alleged crimes. Let's go into the names that have dominated headlines since the unsealing of the court documents. These high-profile figures, previously associated with Jeffrey Epstein, have now been mentioned in the documents, shedding new light on their alleged connections to the disgraced financier. One of the most prominent names is Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, and the younger brother of King Charles III. In the court documents, a witness accuses Prince Andrew of touching her breast, further fueling the allegations against him. This is not the first time Prince Andrew has faced scrutiny in relation to Epstein. He was previously accused by Virginia Roberts Giuffre of raping her when she was a teenager. Despite denying the allegations, the pressure mounted, and in 2022, Prince Andrew was forced to relinquish his military titles and public duties. The lawsuit filed by Giuffre against him was settled, with Andrew paying her an undisclosed sum of money. The unsealed court documents have once again brought attention to the allegations against Prince Andrew and the questions surrounding his relationship with Epstein. Another figure mentioned in the court documents is former President Donald Trump. While Trump's association with Epstein has been widely reported, the documents provide little new information. In a 2016 deposition, Johanna Sjoberg, one of Epstein's victims, testified that she and Epstein once made an impromptu stop in Atlantic City due to poor flying weather. When asked if she had given Trump a massage, Sjoberg denied it. Trump has previously called Epstein a terrific guy, but later distanced himself, stating that he had a falling out with him. It is important to note that there is no evidence to suggest that Trump was involved in Epstein's alleged crimes. Bill Clinton, the 42nd President of the United States, is another name mentioned in the court documents. According to Sjoberg's testimony, Epstein had told her that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. While Clinton's ties to Epstein have long been the subject of media scrutiny, the unsealed documents do not provide substantial new information. Clinton has denied any knowledge of Epstein's terrible crimes and stated that he had not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade. It is worth noting that Giuffre's attorneys sought to depose Clinton, not accusing him of any wrongdoing, but considering him a key person who could provide information about his relationship with Epstein and disprove Maxwell's claims. These high-profile figures are just a glimpse of the names mentioned in the court documents. Celebrities like Bruce Willis, Cameron Diaz, Cate Blanchett, Kevin Spacey, Naomi Campbell, and Leonardo DiCaprio are also referenced, but it is important to clarify that they have not been accused of helping Epstein in any capacity. Their inclusion in the documents is limited to whether they had met Epstein or had any involvement with him, as testified by Sjoberg, who denied meeting them. The unsealed court documents have once again thrust these high-profile figures into the spotlight, reigniting public interest and raising questions about their associations with Epstein. While the documents provide shocking revelations, it is crucial to remember that they do not prove guilt or innocence. The legal battles and investigations surrounding Epstein's alleged crimes continue, and the unsealed catalogue of celebrities serves as a reminder of the far-reaching impact of this scandal. Next, we turn our attention to two individuals who played significant roles in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged activities: Sarah Kellen, Epstein's former assistant, and Jean-Luc Brunel, a French modeling agent. The court documents shed light on their alleged involvement and the disturbing details surrounding their association with Epstein. Sarah Kellen, also known as Sarah Kensington, was a key figure in Epstein's inner circle. According to testimonies from victims, Kellen was responsible for scheduling Epstein's massages, which were often a euphemism for sexual services. The court documents describe her as a criminally responsible participant in Epstein's scheme. However, it is important to note that Kellen has never been charged and has remained out of the public eye. In 2020, she released a statement through a spokesperson claiming that she herself had been sexually and psychologically abused by Epstein for years. The unsealed court documents provide chilling accounts from victims detailing their encounters with Kellen. They allege that she played a crucial role in facilitating Epstein's exploitation of young girls, recruiting them, and ensuring their compliance within his network. Kellen's alleged involvement raises questions about the extent of her knowledge and complicity in Epstein's activities. Another figure implicated in the court documents is Jean-Luc Brunel, a French modeling agent. Brunel was suspected of scouting girls for Epstein, bringing them into his circle of victims. The documents state that Brunel would bring girls as young as 12 to the United States for sexual purposes and farm them out to his friends, particularly Epstein. Brunel's alleged role in procuring young girls for Epstein's sexual exploitation is deeply disturbing. In a deposition, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, one of Epstein's victims, testified that she was sent by Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's associate, to have sex with Brunel at many places. The unsealed documents provide further evidence of Brunel's alleged involvement in Epstein's activities, adding to the growing list of disturbing revelations surrounding the case. It is important to emphasize that these allegations against Kellen and Brunel are based on the testimonies of victims and have not resulted in criminal charges. However, their alleged roles in facilitating Epstein's exploitation cannot be ignored. The unsealed court documents have brought their names to the forefront, raising questions about their accountability and the extent of their involvement in Epstein's alleged crimes. As we continue to explore the unsealed catalogue of celebrities, it is crucial to remember the victims who have bravely come forward to share their stories. Their testimonies have shed light on the dark underbelly of Epstein's world and the alleged enablers who allowed his heinous acts to persist. If you enjoyed this video, check out our other awesome videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.